So we are Denisa Půbalová and Luka Sikau, and together we are the duo Půbalová, and we work on the intersection between new opera and multisensory art.
So the exhibition is about fermentation and engaging with fermentation through different sensory ways.
We were really interested in the Asturian traditions of fermentation, from sidra to morcilla to cabrales cheese. So we looked into each of the different places, and we are collecting sounds, smells and vibration that you can touch and feel. So we started this residency roughly 1 year ago, and the challenge was called Eating Life. And it was a European call by Studiotopia, and we were really interested to see how we can understand kinship or life or like rhythms of fermentation, but also microbial connection through working with a scientist here in Asturias.
And do all the mediums sterilize at the same temperature?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a pH meter.
And the bacteria, do they also smell?
Yeah, they produce propionic acid. They have a special smell.
Ah, okay.
It's called geosmin. My name is Felipe Lombó. I am professor at the area of microbiology at the University of Oviedo, and I am the scientific advisor in the European project Studiotopia, where I provide feedback on the traditional fermented foods associated to the cultural Asturian heritage, helping in the description of the whole processes to the artist and the characterization of some of the smells and flavors associated to different molecules important for these organoleptic characteristics.
Together with Felipe, we visited many kitchens, labs, and factories where they ferment. So we engaged with chorizo, with sidra, but also with blood fermentation, for example, in morcilla, but also creating a taste of blood from soy. So this kind of biomimicry of blood, which was very interesting for us as well. It was nice to explore together like a topic that of course we both already knew about, and be more inspired by the methods. I think we got very inspired by the more scientific methods, and I hope that Felipe was also inspired by our artistic thinking and artistic methods.
For us, it's also really important that arts and sciences are not just distinct disciplines. For example, here in the exhibition, we really try to make sensible the vibration that are so tiny that you cannot experience them otherwise. And that's what the science does. So they kind of offer us a window into kind of understanding microbial connection, but you can also do that with art. And this is corrosive. This is very dangerous.
Because it's like you cannot smell it directly, you always need to.
The issue oftentimes with visual arts, especially media art, is that it's quite visually dominated. So we were interested in going beyond this visual dominion and actually exploring sound, but not through speakers, but actually through something more embodied.
I mean, here it's nice that it goes lower, but I'm thinking if we should go lower with this corner.
So once you enter, you are positioned in front of a curtain, so you can choose, you go either one smell journey or another one. And they are very different in terms of the central experience. After you've kind of been on this journey, you will encounter different membranes that remind you of bacterial cellulosis.
We invite you to explore these membranes by listening to them, like putting your ear towards them or your hands. Under the membranes there are also these sculptures, and they also vibrate and they have sound, so we also invite you to explore them. So we conceptualize the composition as all these kind of different elements that we notice during the vibroacoustic ethnographies. So they are more also connected to a space, but also to our experience.
So for us in the collaboration, it got more and more clear, both in the lab and in the traditional fermentation, that kinship is not about blood connection, but it's actually a microbial process that we are all engaging with. So when we're eating the same food, we share something, we become kind of part of one microbe. And that was very important for us to kind of communicate through that exhibition.